All right, so one, new camera angle high. Two, I'm still dying, but not as much as I was before. I just can't talk for longer than 10 seconds without coughing and dying. Three, we need to talk about DoT and Kafka because I am financially obligated to do so. Now, I'm under the impression that most of us understand how the normal type of DoT works in Honkai Star Rail, so I'm not gonna waste too much time going over the basics. I'll briefly explain how DoT works and the different types of them that work. Normal versus break types of DoT. Lastly, how to incorporate all of that into an optimal rotation involving Kafka.
Henshin a go-go, baby. What's good, guys? Moon here, and the intro that you guys were expecting out of EO, well, he can't physically talk longer than a few seconds, so I get to do this section instead. Woo! In this video, we're going to be diving into the fascinating mechanics of damage over time, which is also known as DoT or DoTs, and Honkai Star Rail. Let's start with elemental powers. Shock and Burn inflict their respective elemental damage to the enemy at the start of their turn. Wind Shear takes things up a notch by accumulating and amplifying wind-based damage dealt by enemies. For instance, a level 3 Wind-Torn Dagger from Sampo deals 24% of his attack at the beginning of each turn, but because it's Wind Shear specifically, it allows him to stack this debuff up to 5 times. That's 120% of whatever his attack is at the beginning of each turn. Busted. Bleed is similar in the sense that it has unique properties like Wind Shear. It's all about utilizing a portion of the target's maximum health for base damage on the enemy's turn. Now in the game, enemies like Direwolf can stack bleeds up to 10 times. Why Luca can't do this, I have no idea, but I guess there is a saving grace, because bleed itself lasts for 3 turns and can constantly be reapplied. However, enemies trapped in freeze, entanglement, or imprisonment won't contribute to DoT effects, regardless of them having damage happen at the beginning of the turn. Now we can dissect the differences between normal and break DoT. Normal DoT is triggered through skills, ultimates, talents, and more. These often come with their unique rules governing damage and duration, subject to real effect chance formula. Base chance multiplied by elemental hit rate, then scaled by effect and debuff resistance. Plus your character's stats, typically attack, play a pivotal role here. Don't overlook the influence of damage boost bonuses though on the potency of DoT damage under this category. Lightning damage, wind damage, physical, and fire orbs all play a part in increasing the damage done by your character's damage over time. On the flip side, break damage over time is exclusively applied when shattering enemies using a specific elemental advantage. This type of damage over time is influenced by both your character's level and a debuff multiplier. The icing on the cake, the break effect stat is linked to the damage done on destroying an enemy's toughness meter. Now comes the fun part.
In Kafka team, what I have come up with, or the thing that's more comfortable for me, is you have to build the team around Kafka. It doesn't mean that you have to build the team for Kafka. Like I'm not saying build a bunch of DoT. I don't think she needs a bunch of DoT on the team because survivability issues. So there's 2 ways that you can go about this, either using Bronya or Ting Yun. Both offer the same concept, but different, how do I put it? Different ways of going about it. So to explain, right? I'm going to put Ting Yun on the team. I'm going to put Sampo on the team. I'm going to put Kafka on the team, and then I'm going to put a healer like Bailu. The reason I do it in this order is so like visually I can see who is supposed to go first, second, third, fourth, right? So yeah, you're typically going to do, this kind of stuff, right? You're going to do whatever you got to do for MOC, and this works outside of MOC. I'm just doing this in MOC because it's way easier, and I'm at MOC 10, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I want to show off. Anyhow, we're going to break the enemy, right? And like I said, you want to go first, second, third. If you look at my order right here at the top, let me turn on the mouse pad for you guys. Hold on. There we go. So now you can see first, second, third, fourth, right? Boom, 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 boom. Ting Yun goes first, and then Sampo, and then Kafka, and then Bailu. Ting Yun goes first. Why? Because if I'm using Ting Yun's skill in MOC, because you get a full stack of skill usually, I'm going to give this to Kafka. Kafka is going to get her ultimate whenever she attacks, and this is great. I'm also going to double boost Kafka by giving her Ting Yun's actual skill. So I use Ting Yun's ult and I use the skill. You see that nothing happened that turn, right? I did no damage. Now, 2 things come from this. You could either use Sampo's E, which is going to trigger the boom, 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 right? It's going to ricochet and do everything else, or you can use his Q. Now, there's a reason I'm going to use Q instead of the E. If I take you guys to Kafka here, Kafka has a talent. This talent is boom right here. After an ally uses basic attack, okay? You can't use skill. trigger this. Why do I want to trigger this? Because this thing is crazy, right? It's going to apply shock, and her skill, look at this. This does not put shock on the enemies, right? The skill does not put shock on enemies. The skill is going to detonate. Why do I want shock? And I don't use ultimate, but the talent is going to give ultimate levels of shock, okay? So I'm going to basic attack. He's going to get that. And then this guy's dead. He's going to get obliterated as soon as I attack, okay? The rest of them will not be obliterated. How do I one turn, take this out without doing too much? And I'm just showing you guys this. I didn't have to do this during my actual gameplay. I'm going to ult. The reason I'm going to ult is because every single one of these characters is going to get popped with shock, right? And not just any shock, ultimate levels of shock. I'm sure her whatchamacallit would already do it, but now they all have it, right? All three of them have 3 different shocks, okay? They have shock, they have a road, and then they have another shock, right? That's a lot of DoT damage off rip. Then I detonate, boom, they all go blam, die. They're all gone, okay? That's typically the rotation or how you want to work with Kafka from what I'm understanding about the entire character. And she's been the oddest character for me to run. Now you can see down here at the bottom, this little diamond right next to Kafka. That means that my my talent is triggered. It's ready to go, locked and loaded. Basic attack with Ting Yun, because that's the way she works. Boom, gonna put the shock on him. Now this dude has double shock, and now because I've given Sampo the skill point to use, I can now do this, which is wind shear, and now he's got 3 stacks on him. So he's got 3 wind shear stacks, he's got regular shock, and then he's got Kafka's other shock, right? Boom. I'm gonna do it right again. I'm gonna detonate the clean blam, 23k. And so something really cool is gonna happen after this, okay? He's going to take a bunch more damage, right? All of that DoT he just took. Look at how much damage I'm doing collectively. Then you're gonna get into the idea, the concept of increasing the speed naturally, okay? So now if you have a fast ass Kafka, if your Kafka is super fast, which is fine, now you're gonna get into the whole concept of, okay, I can get Kafka to go 2 times per turn, golden. Now I'm getting double detonates per turn. I'm getting my ultimate pretty much, every single turn, or every other turn rather. And I'm gonna be able to do that. When you have Bronya though, and the reason, like I told you guys with the whatchamacallit, the Traveler set, anytime Bronya uses her ultimate, now I'm gonna be able to get 2 to 3 turns multiple times. So I'm gonna double up here. Sampo's gonna put wind shear on everybody. They're also gonna take more damage. And then I was trying to do that before the 39 went by, just so you guys can see the turn order. I'm gonna pop Kafka's ult again. You guys just saw me do it and I got it back in 1 turn. 71k, boom. And then on top of that, 11k from the DoT, and you keep it going from there. This stuff is unfortunate because I don't have anyone to cleanse. That's the biggest thing that you want with cleansing. But other than that, you're pretty much good to go. They still have DoTs, mind you. Look at that. He still has, what is that? Is that bleed? That's definitely not bleed. What is that? Oh, DoT vulnerability. There we go. So he's got that. Boom, there you go. All right. I really wish, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I had Natasha, and he's just gonna keep attacking Ting Yun. Okay, bro, I get it. You want to imprison people. Stop, man. I really want to pop ult. But I'm gonna save it because I'm a smart jelly bean. All right, I'm a smart jelly bean. We're gonna smash him up. There we go. We saved it. We're gonna ult, and then I'm gonna give it to her, and then we're good to go. And this should, yeah, he's gone. He's a goner after this. Homie is a goner after this. We're gonna go right into the 3rd one, and then that'll be it. But that's pretty much all I wanted to explain to you guys, is like the order and what you're looking for, how you should be doing things. He should die to DoT here. Yep, there it is. Boom, and then we start the round right off. I'm powered up, I'm boosted. The only thing I don't have is Kafka having her thing to hit him with it. So unfortunately, I won't be able to get that talent triggered off, but it is what it is.
And that's it. Hopefully you guys learned a thing or two about how damage over time works with Kafka. EO apologizes for the lack of uploads this week, but if anyone knows how to get rid of his nasty cough, then he'd greatly appreciate it. Regardless, I can't say his usual outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Smell you later.